Nintendo has always been one of the top dogs in the gaming world for what seems like centuries now. But this whole time we felt as if there is something missing from their winning formula, and that's achievements. And we wanted to sit down today to discuss if Nintendo should implement them in their hit titles moving forward. Now, why are we doing this? Well, that's because this is a hot topic. What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but we are back for yet another episode of Game Sandwich Hot Topic, and I'm joined today again by the friendly face here on Game Sandwich. Why don't you say what's up?
Friendly face? That made me smile, my Kalo friend. I like the Bullet Bill shirt. Very nice to see that representing. Very actually on key for what we're talking about today.
I totally planned this. I totally did. But I got a little situation here in the world of Nintendo. The Switch 2 is on the horizon. I'm trying to be real cinematic about this.
Yeah.
Apparently, there were rumors yesterday that Danny DeVito wants to play Wario in the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I'll take that.
I'll take it, yeah.
I'm not going to say it. He looks like Wario. I said it. I said it. But I wanted to talk today about something Nintendo has been missing, in my opinion, for years, and it just doesn't make sense at all. And that is achievements, trophies, whatever you want to call it. It's missing from Nintendo. And I think it's no secret here, Nintendo has been playing catch up in almost every single metric as far as tech goes, as far as online services go, all that stuff. Right or wrong?
You are not wrong. Honestly, when you started this episode, I was like, Nintendo doesn't have achievement. They don't. You get nothing for your hard work and efforts.
Nothing at all. And I've been on a rant about NSO before, where you have to use a phone to chat with your friends. They're super long friend codes to begin with. It's practically why I don't use the service. But when PlayStation and Xbox are here doing that live service thing right for years, it makes you scratch your head. Now, their games, all of them, whatever one you want to say out loud, say it. Pikmin 4, sure. They scream achievement hunter-based games. I just think they're collectathons that involve getting stars, moons, trophies, whatever have you. It's like, that would make sense. It's not too much to be like, hey, little bottom corner, you got 50 stars. Pat on the back.
I was playing Steam last night, and I totally forgot Steam has trophies, or whatever you want to call them, whatever Steam calls them, right? And in the bottom right, I hear the little blink that Steam does, and I'm like, oh, I did something great. I don't know what I did, but that's really cool that I got that. It makes you feel good. You get that serotonin. You get that hit of, like, caffeine. It makes you feel bubbly, and you're like, I'm going to go for more achievements. I constantly scroll on Steam or Xbox and be like, what is this achievement? Oh, it's hidden? Why is it hidden? I'm going to find out what it is.
And that right there, at least in my opinion and my outlook, I know this probably just sounds all black and white. That screams the Nintendo fan base. That screams they want to 100% all of their games. The games are short enough where you could do that as a casual gamer. And it's like, why not? You're right there. And let's get real quirky with Nintendo, because they like to do all this weird stuff. You can have your gamer score or whatever have you appear on your NSO profile. Then you can factor that into the eShop and get all these cool little quirky hats or whatever for your avatars or whatever you want to do, themes. I just think it's so perfect for Nintendo to do.
You can dress up. Do they still do Mii's? I don't know.
I wish they do.
No, it's something. You have your little character on NSO Plus. I don't think it's called a Mii, but it's something, right? You could, like, go spend your points, like Steam points, to buy a little card, buy a little wizard hat or something crazy like that. I'm thinking of Pokemon, right? Mm-hmm. Pokemon is a prime example for achievements. Another good question is, what should you call Nintendo achievements, right? You got trophies for PlayStation. You got achievements for Xbox. Steam, I don't remember what Steam is called. But Nintendo would think of some little, like, rewards or something. That's a kind of an old thing because it's the Wii, but something like that. I don't know. But back to Pokemon, right? One of the achievements could be catch 10 grass types. Okay, done. I've caught 10 grass types.
Yeah, they exist in the game. I know Let's Go has you do like a capture chain, and it's as easy as saying like, all right, Nintendo meets with the Pokemon Company and says, hey, this is an achievement, 10 gamer score or whatever you want to call it. It should be something Mario related, like a gold coin or like,
oh yeah,
like a coin. I just think because it's their mascot or whatever, you would have to do that. But I have a little pitch. Nintendo, hear me out. We're here. We're here to offer up our plans to you.
Yes.
A game like Mario Maker. Why not? It's a community-driven game where you kind of like let creators make the most insane, devious maps of all time.
Yep.
Why not give a game like that achievements and just have it build up over time? Creators can make their maps, make achievements for the game, and be like, hey, here's a new map, here's 5 achievements. Have at it.
Exactly. As someone who has loved playing Mario and all these different levels and stuff, why not have creators do that? Nintendo is a prime real estate, especially Mario Maker, right? You could do so much with it, and then you could use those points to go out and buy whatever you want. I think by the end of this, we got to think of a name for it, whether it's hypothetical or whatnot. Maybe Nintendo.
I feel like it has to be like a star. Stars kind of makes sense.
A coin. I like coins and stars. Both are
coin
pretty
stars.
Good, right?
Yeah, mushrooms. Would they want to call it mushrooms? I don't know. Now, mush points. They're definitely. They would use that. They would so use that. They would so use that. But I don't like adding fuel to the fire because I think Nintendo, they're very greedy in many regards. They can double dip and make a lot of money here. Why not go back to retro games like a Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, whatever have you, and put achievements in those games? They have the games, they have the emulators, the ROMs, whatever have you. Release those games and be like, hey, and I've been saying Switch 2 will be the revamp for NSO, with those games coming out on that system. Here's a wave of achievements for retro games. You want to sell that NSO Plus expansion pack, whatever they want to call it. That's how you do it. More achievement hunters will get into the game, especially with speedrunning and all that. That's all. I'm thinking about it live here. That's all Nintendo games are doing, is speedruns. That's all I see. Ocarina of Time speedruns, Wind Waker rerun, or speedruns. Why not? It's right there.
What was that game they just announced where the whole purpose is to speedrun a game? They had a big competition years ago.
The championship.
Yeah.
I'm going to look this up now.
You look it up, I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Everyone should know what we're talking about. They just announced it, right?
Nintendo World Championship.
Nintendo, for some reason, loves speedrunning. It's one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen Nintendo do. I think again, all of their games are pretty good at speedrunning. They're not very long. They're not very difficult. They do have difficulties in them, but like Pokemon, you could speedrun through that. You could do a Nuzlocke challenge on Pokemon, right? Why not make that an achievement? Here's a Nuzlocke challenge. You got to catch this Pokemon. Oh, you're stuck with it. Oh, you beat the game with this. Here's an achievement. You beat it because you did the Nuzlocke challenge.
Yeah, like, I think it also gives you incentive to play the game again if you missed a certain space, and I think that's the problem, at least for me, for Nintendo games. I've beat Super Mario Odyssey. I've gotten a majority of the moons. I'm not going back to that game anytime soon. I don't think there's an incentive to do that. I don't think there's a reason. I don't know if they did DLC or whatever have you to that game, which I don't think they did. Right?
Nintendo doesn't really do a lot of DLCs for their mainstream stuff, honestly.
So,
to my knowledge,
yeah, but if they added achievements or whatever to like go back and play it, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would do that. Also, real quick, I'm gonna get on my soapbox. You brought it up at the start, and I'm glad you did. Can we get back to the days where achievements actually meant something? I'm looking back to Halo 3, those VidMasters. I haven't felt that same, you said serotonin boost, like that caffeine boost. I haven't felt that since. Like getting recon armor, getting the VidMaster achievement Endure, that was the most difficult thing to do. But when I went back on Halo 3 and I had my full recon armor, I felt like I was above the typical gamer. I really did. I still do. That's why I'm talking about it right now, because I feel like I'm above.
There is something about getting that achievement or getting something that pops up on your screen that just has a little bit of like flair into it, right? Or something that gives you a armor you could wear, something that you could hold above the rest of other people. Look what I did. I achieved something that very few people have ever done.
Mm-hmm.
But can I play a bit of devil's advocate for you?
Uh-oh. Okay.
You brought up Mario, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the whole point of Mario? Collecting stars. If you can't look at that and see, get this star, 10 stars in level, and not see those as some sort of achievements. Or is that level design?
Well, I'm glad you brought it up, because again, somehow, some way, you're in my notes here. I look at a game like Super Mario 64. When you get all the stars, what's your reward? You get Yoshi at the top of the castle. Now, this is the problem I have. You get Yoshi, you talk to him, and it's a thank you note from the whole development team. You can't ride him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little tease. You don't get nothing. Like, it's like, for lack of better terms, it's a slap on the ass, and it's like, hey, there you go. There you go. You got it. Congrats. Here's Yoshi. But you can only talk to him, and it's like a quick little text box.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. I still have that saved on my 64 of I'm on the castle talking to Yoshi. I still needed 1 star. I got 119 out of 120, but I found him.
There you go. See? You got it. I look at a game, too. It's in the same realm. Same game. The DS version of Super Mario 64. You can play as Luigi, Wario, and you can play as Yoshi. I think doing something like that also to, like, tell players, all right, we can do the full collectathon, you can get all 120 stars, but then you unlock Luigi, Wario, and Yoshi, who all have different play styles. Hey, you can go back and do a run with achievements, or something like that. I don't know. I'm looking how to make their games more playable for at least a little bit of a longer time here.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see, you brought up Pikmin.
Mm-hmm.
You've got achievements for Pikmin, and it's like, hey, here's a new helmet for Olimar. Or something like that. I liked what you said about retro games, of going back to it, like, if they put in, for like a Golden Sun, achievements. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing that game anyway, but I'd go back to it for achievements. It's a great example. Nintendo has the ability, but I don't know why they're not pulling the trigger on that.
It's just amazing. Like, these games are textbook achievement hunter games, and you see people, like you said, doing the speed runs, doing all this. I can't tell you how many times I want to go back and play a Pokemon game, but then in my head, I'm like, I already beat it. Like, I already did the Elite Four, I already did all that. What's the point? Like, aside from getting that, little, I pick my starter and I'm, like, on that little route, what if there's, like, an achievement to be like, hey, I don't know, catch Pidgey or what, I don't know. I'm thinking
something simple like that. Beat the game with all fire types.
Yeah, like, do that. Like, that'd be fun. It adds to the whole experience. And when we're talking about their games getting bigger and better with the Switch 2, I think you kind of almost have to do that, especially if games are on par with, like, God of War 2018 or Halo Infinite. Not saying Zelda is going to do that, but I hope it does. But
that would be nice.
The next Zelda, or rumors are swirling, they're re-releasing Wind Waker and the Twilight Princess HD bundle. That game would be amazing to replay again with achievements right there.
Then again, devil's advocate, people have been clamoring. People love Nintendo. They have these, like, connections with these games, right? They're going to play them no matter what.
Yeah.
You release it. You release Wind Waker again. Yeah, we're going to pick it up. Sure, we didn't like it when it came out, but we do like it now. It has this special place in a lot of people's hearts. But I do agree. If you add an achievements, it just adds more game time to it. And more reason for Nintendo to be like, okay, these people picked up this game for achievements. Let's put it in the next game we make. Metroid Prime 4, if it's coming out. put in achievements in it.
I think it also, like, more with Nintendo, they're the quirky company where they could do this system and then attach something really funny to it, like dressing up your Mii if they decide to bring those back, or whatever. Like, they'll make something funny of it. They'll do something great. I know they will. And it's just like what you were saying. I think the problem there, again, with Nintendo, it's because they have that hold over all of us where it's like, we don't really need to change. You're still going to show up and buy Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Damn right I am. I'm sorry. Like, I'm setting the worst possible example here, but I'm still going to do it, even though I'm yapping here today about this. I just think it just adds more to the experience.
I agree. Achievements add so much more to a game and to the person playing them, right? Because as we said at the beginning, it is that kickstart of, what did I just get? Why did I do that? Oh, I'm going to go look and see at all the list of achievements I can get and see if I can knock them out. And what do you get at the end of it for your efforts? Like you said, piece of armor, a funny little hat, a new piece of gear. Like we take Metroid, for example. At the end of Metroid 4, whether or not the fusion suit is in it, hey, you do all these things, you get the fusion suit. Yeah. Great. Now I just thought of something else.
No, go ahead while you're on it.
Metroid, right? Metroid was very famous for, if you beat the game under a certain amount of time, you get to reveal Samus. You get to reveal her, without the armor, without, in new Zero Suit, whatever you have, right? Can we consider that an achievement? Or is that an Easter egg? It's such an interesting thing to think about.
I also look at Super Mario Odyssey, where if you go outside of Peach's castle, I think that's the only place you can get it, you collect a certain amount of coins and you buy the Super Mario 64 cap, and I think it's like the costume part, and you can play as like the older 64 Mario. And it's like things like that, again, you tie it to an achievement. You get 120 moons or stars. Having that as an unlock and like an achievement, it's just it's so Nintendo, but it's not because they don't have it. That's the problem I have. It's so weird. And especially with Smash too. I'm thinking about it now. Why not? Like back in the day, it was like you had to do this certain challenge to unlock a fighter. You get the new challenger approaches little thing.
Yep. Achievements
are tied to fighters. Like, why not? Nintendo, please listen. Please.
The apple tree is in front of them, and they're just not even picking them. They're just, I like an apple tree.
And you think they would because they're Nintendo. You think that they know they have us. It's like, here's a little more to get them really hyped up about this stuff. Oh, man.
I think they've had us in the palm of their hand since we were children. And they grab, it's just... Nintendo's, you said earlier, it's such a funny company. They're so good, and they know what works. Why change it?
Yeah. PlayStation and Xbox are on fire right now, and not in the good way. No. Nintendo is just there like, maybe we're going to do a showcase in June. Maybe we're going to drop some GameCube games. That's it from us. Hey, here's a little tweet. Switch 2 is coming, but we don't know. Here it is. See you later. How do they... Again, it's like that Breaking Bad meme. How do they keep getting away with this? Like, that's all it is.
We are the fish, and here is the hook. And we're just... It's
right there. Oh, I feel so bad. But then I don't, because I'm like, I need that Twilight Princess game. If they're going to listen again, XD Gale Darkness, I'll keep saying this on... Also, too, real quick, before we close, I know this is going to go off the rails. I keep seeing, maybe it's the algorithm, that people are talking about that game, XD Gale Darkness and Coliseum. Is something coming? Because
I saw your tweet the other day.
Right? So it's not just me. All right. So maybe. If there is red alert here on Game Sandwich, emergency press conference, it's going to be live. I'm probably going to be out of breath.
I'll be there with you.
Yeah, you need to keep me on track because
wherever I am.
Yeah, because on that announcement, it's gonna be a time. But speaking of time, do you have any more closing arguments here?
No, I just want them to do it. I just want my Nintendo Star, Nintendo Coin achievements to show up so I can feel good about, I don't know, playing Fire Emblem and like attack this character 10 times. Oh, great, cool, I'm going to do that because it gives you so much more brevity and establishment and all this stuff to want to play games more.
It's so weird. I keep looking at the title for this episode and I'm like, why haven't they? Why haven't they? But speaking of why haven't they, why haven't we talked about our Discord yet? Because we are always talking about video games in there. Go check it out. Awesome segue.
That was good.
Good. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. We don't need puns. I've done enough puns lately. But yeah, we're going to pass it off to you guys. Why isn't Nintendo doing achievements? Why? If you're part of Nintendo, you have a foothold in the company, talk to somebody. Get this out there.
I've seen the majority of you say, my dad works for Nintendo. Does he? Because ask him.
Present this episode and just say, hey, money needs to be made here and it will be made. That's it. Yep. Dollar signs. The line must go up. That's been the trend lately in the gaming world. But as for this episode of Hot Topic, we're all done here. I've been Kalo, joined by Dorian. Keep it locked to Game Sandwich. For all your gaming news, rumors, and reviews, go check out the website, and we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's debate or want your weekly dose of gaming news content, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for content just like this. And we'll see you guys next time.